awakening. Have you felt it?
Vodo-Siosk Baas was an ancient Kravaki Jedi Master who trained the immensely powerful fallen Jedi, Exar Kun. He was active 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin during the Old Sith Wars. He was the most famous for his training techniques and expert dueling capabilities. He was a respected teacher, a notable historian, and a fierce warrior. His thoughts and teachings were later recorded into a Jedi holocron to instruct generations of Jedi to come. Aside from Exar Kun, Master Baas trained Credo, Dace Dioth, Silvar, and Nomi Sunrider, all of which became great Jedi Knights. After Frieden Nad's fall to the dark side, Baas moved to the remote world of Dantooine, where he became that system's Jedi Watchman. There, he trained the Cathar twins, Credo and Silvar, and his soon-to-be greatest achievement and greatest failure, Exar Kun. After Exar Kun's fall to the dark side, Master Baas would go to Coruscant to confront his fallen apprentice one last time. Armed with only his quarterstaff, Vodo-Siosk Baas tried to convince Exar Kun to come back to the light. But Kun wouldn't have any of it. Instead, they battled each other, not as master and apprentice, but as adversaries. Not too long into the fight, Exar Kun realized he was no match for Master Baas, and that's when he revealed that his lightsaber wasn't a single-bladed lightsaber, but a saber staff. Vodo-Siosk was immediately outclassed and fell to his former Padawan's blade. Zao was a blind Vecnoid Jedi Master during the fall of the Republic. Zao was trained in the ways of the Jedi, eventually achieving the rank of Master. By that time, he was already blind and relied solely on the Force to guide him, and through the Force he was able to see again, to a certain degree. He never took missions from the Jedi Council. Instead, he used the Force to figure out what to do and where to go next. 2 years after the events of the Phantom Menace, Master Zao traveled to Kifex and became the chef of an Aqualish warlord. His dishes were infused with the Vecnoid's own philosophy, and the taste depended on your balance of the Force. During his departure from the warlord's company, Zao came across Quinlan Vos and Thulm while they were searching for Quinlan's missing Padawan, Ayla Secura. He aided the Jedi Masters in their search for Ayla, and then left the planet. When the Clone Wars broke out in 22 BBY, he felt the war win against the will of the Force and took up a right of denial. He refused to participate and refused to even draw his own lightsaber. By 19 BBY, Zao had built a restaurant on Saleucami, and there he helped Master Thulm once again. Several weeks later, Order 66 was executed, and all Jedi were in grave danger. However, Master Zao was able to evade detection by posing as a blind beggar. He then met Jedi Master Kakruk and 10 younglings, and he helped them and tagged along. He was able to protect the younglings multiple times and found them shelter. His fate is still unknown. Hello ladies and gentlemen, Forklifter Matt here with another Versus Series video. This time it's Vodo-Siosk Baas versus Master Zao. I really hope you guys enjoy, and I want to thank you all for 100 plus subscribers, almost 150 subscribers now, and 29,000 video views. Wow, just so much support from you guys, and I thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Without further ado, here's the video. Vodo-Siosk Baas wielded a wooden quarterstaff which he imbued with the Force, making it way more durable. It would eventually break under constant pressure, but Vodo-Siosk hardly dueled opponents for a long enough time for it to break, other than his duel with Exar-kun. His staff curved to make perfect hand grips for the Krivaki's tentacle-like appendages. He was a brilliant strategist and situational specialist. He mastered both offense and defense with an emphasis on speed and agility. He was flexible and has shown finesse and grace during multiple duels. His consistency with his staff and flexibility when it comes to a multitude of different situations is matched only by a few Jedi. It's never explicitly said what lightsaber form Baas specialized in, but from what I can detract from multiple sources is that Baas used Form 4 Ataru, Form 6 Niman, and Form 3 Surisu. I think that Baas used Ataru because of his agility and speed, Niman because of his more relaxed blade work and use of force-based attacks, and Surisu because of his incredible skill in defense and because most Jedi of that time period trained for blast deflection. Also, he could have possessed knowledge of all 7 forms of combat because he is a lightsaber instructor. Vodo-Siosk Baas was very strong in the Force and was able to use it in a multitude of manners. He was a master of telekinesis, battle meditation, force speed, and farsight. Also, when Exar-kun fell to the dark side, the Krivaki reached out with the Force in a failed attempt to protect his former apprentice from further harm. Zao wielded a lightsaber pike, which doubled as his walking stick. Although it's not a very practical weapon and it makes for a large target, it suits Master Zao's needs perfectly. It featured a long handle and an ergonomic design. The wood curved to make for excellent hand grips and fit the Vecnoid's hands perfectly. Despite his age and disability, Zao was quite agile and fast. Even his use of the Force and endurance are impressive given his age and condition. While it's never said what Zao's preferred lightsaber form is, I believe that he used or had knowledge of Form 1 Shicho, Form 4 Ataru, and Form 6 Niman. I think he used Shicho because all Jedi learned this form's basic attacks and parries as Padawans, and because he's great at taking down multiple opponents. Ataru because of his agility and long sweeping strikes, and Niman because of his use of his staff, his relaxed and moderate attacks, and use of force-based abilities during combat. Master Zao was very strong in the Force, and was able to use telekinesis, and as I said earlier, he relied solely on the Force to guide him, physically and mentally. When Zao, Kakruk, and their group of younglings faced off against the Archenia militia, Zao telekinetically used a giant rock formation to shield their group, showing the immense power Zao has when commanding the Force. As Force users, they both match up pretty well. Vodo-Siosk Baas used telekinesis, farsight, and force speed, while Zao used a powerful telekinesis. With all that being said, I don't think force speed has any real value in a one-on-one duel, and I think that telekinesis is the ultimate factor in this debate. And while Vodo-Siosk Baas possesses a strong telekinesis, in my opinion I think that Zao's is stronger. He was able to shield his friends from blaster bolts with a massive rock formation in a split second. And I don't think Baas's farsight would play a role in this duel. I give the advantage in force abilities to Master Zao. As duelists, I can wholeheartedly say that Vodo-Siosk Baas will take the edge in this category, because he has knowledge of all 7 forms, and his staff, while it can eventually break under pressure, is very versatile and offers so many options in combat. Now that's not to say that Zao's a bad duelist, because he isn't. He has shown his skill and speed with his pike multiple times. But Master Baas has proved to be the more refined duelist with his incredible speed, versatility, and situational awareness and speciality. I give the advantage to Vodo-Siosk Baas in dueling abilities. Vodo-Siosk Baas is a Krivaki male, a few centuries in age, and Zao is a Vecnoid male who is nearly 100 years old, by my estimates of course. Both Jedi are very old, but that does not stop them, They're both agile and fast, and have proven time and time again that their age does not limit their abilities. They are both fit for their age and species. That's why I declare them equals in physical state. Vodo-Siosk Baas and Zao are both ancient Jedi Masters who are strong in the Force and are very wise. They are both excellent swordsmen, powerful Force wielders, and mysterious Jedi. However, there can only be one victor. Zao won in Force abilities and weapons and equipment, while Vodo-Siosk Baas won in dueling abilities, and they were equals in physical state. I think this is how the match would go down, with 5.5 out of 10 wins to the victor. It would start out with a moderate and calm duel with each strike and parry hitting its mark, and Vodo-Siosk Baas's wooden staff would land a few blows on Master Zao. Realizing he was no match for Baas on a one-on-one duel, Zao telekinetically grabbed the boulder and threw it in the middle of the duel, separating the opponents. Vodo-Siosk Baas was agile enough to dodge it, but was slightly stunned due to the size of the boulder and the immense power of Zao's telekinesis, which gave Master Zao the perfect opportunity to land a finishing blow, but Vodo-Siosk held his staff up in a defensive stance. He was able to block the incoming strikes, but eventually his staff broke in two, at which point Zao would take advantage of his pike's long reach and would take a final swing at Vodo-Siosk Baas. The long arcing strike hit its target in a swift motion, killing the ancient master. I declare Master Zao the victor. I think this because I believe Vodo-Siosk Baas to be a scholar and lightsaber instructor first, and then everything else second. I think he's a fine duelist, but his weapon of choice played a big factor in the overall victor. Now remember that this is my opinion, but I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below, on my Google+, and you can email me at the email on the screen. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you all for subscribing, liking, and commenting. I sincerely thank you. You know, just all the support I've been getting is just amazing, so thank you all so much. May the Force be with you. Always.